Alright guys, I'm just gonna make that steak carne asada tacos with avocado pico de gallo and tortilla chips. It's a best of 24 recipe here for 35 minutes to make. Looks absolutely delicious. I cannot wait to try it. Great little street taco look there. I cannot wait. Give us the top sirloin there, sour cream, feta, those little tortilla shells, garlic there, taco chips. We've got the little cilantro there, tomatoes, avocado. We've got the chipotle sauce, the lime, and the white wine vinegar. That's everything I need in order to make this recipe today. I'll show you along the way. First thing I'm going to be doing here is zesting the lime here. So I've got my little zester. I love how it collects through the back here. So I'll get that started. As you can see here, I've zested that. So I'm going to shake it into the little bowl here. And then I'm going to be adding some garlic with that. And then I'll be adding the white wine vinegar, and I'll be whisking together half the lime juice. Now I've got my lime in there. I'm just going to be juicing it into the bowl here. I've got garlic in there, I've got the zest in there, and I got white wine vinegar, and now that lime juice is in there as well. I'm going to mix it about now. So I've seasoned with salt and pepper those steaks, and I'm going to be marinating it in this sauce here. So I'm just going to be taking spoonfuls and I'm just going to sit it on top of the steak, rubbing it in nicely there. I'll do that to the other one as well. I'm just going to let that sit for a few minutes. Do both sides of it. The next step is just going to be working on those avocados there. So I'm just going to start by cubing it. So I got one avocado cube there. My next avocado is not looking so hot, so I'm just going to discard it and throw it away. So next I'm just going to be cutting those tomatoes up. I cut those tomatoes up. Next I'll be wrapping those tortillas in a foil and setting it aside. I'm going to be putting half of that enchilada seasoning over the steaks now, a little bit to each side there. Kind of sprinkling it on. I'm just going to press that into the meat. Again, I'm just going to rub it and press it into the meat there. I'm going to flip them over again, really let it sop up all those juices. Next thing I'm going to be doing is placing some of this extra virgin olive oil, Grezzo Costado Oro, into the pan here. I'm going to let it heat up for a few minutes. And then I'll be sizzling the steak on there for about a minute or two. Then I'll be placing it back in the oven for about 5 to 8 minutes. Got those tortilla chips. I'm going to be putting a little bit of that olive oil on there. And I'm going to be using the rest of that enchilada seasoning there. And then we'll be tossing it all to coat it in the product there. I'm just going to finish that off in here. And then I'll be mixing up really good with my hands. Alright, so I'm going to be taking that steak now and I'm going to be putting it in the pan for about a minute or two. Just letting it sizzle in there, bring out some color. I'm just going to turn this down ever so slightly there. Just going to drop a little bit of that juices on top as well. Just soften up all that flavor. Looking really good in there. Now it's almost time to put it in the oven for 5 to 6 more minutes. Now it's got a little bit of a nice little sear going on there, so I'm just going to place it onto the pan now and pop it in that oven. Now I'm just going to place those tortillas that I wrapped in the foil and those steaks into the middle of the oven here for about 5 to 8 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it, maybe flipping it halfway. Just added those tomatoes with the avocados there that we cut up earlier, and we're just going to be adding some cilantro in there as well. So I've just added some garlic in there. I'm going to be placing the rest of that lime juice in there as well, and then I'm going to be putting some sugar in there. Now, I don't like to use regular sugar. I prefer to use 0-calorie sweetener, less calories, and it tastes almost the same to me. Putting a little bit of this no-name 0-calorie sweetener in there, not the whole packet, but just a little bit of it. Now I just flipped those steaks and I'm putting it back in the oven. And then I'm also going to be adding in those little chippers now, those tortilla chips here. It's also asking for kind of the bottom rack there. So I'm just gonna turn this one sideways and I'm gonna pull these ones down beside it, just because I quite have all the racks set up there the way I would like to. I'll just be mixing this up. I seasoned it with some salt and pepper as well, so just gonna mix it up really good in there. So I got those plated in the bowls now. I'm just gonna cut the steak now on a bias, and then I'm gonna place those chips on the plate, and I'll place the tortillas, and then I'll add sour cream and chipotle sauce. I'm gonna be adding some chipotle sauce to those plates. As well as a little bit of feta to each one. And lastly, putting some sour cream there, and then we'll put the chips on the plate. Now this here is the final product. Please remember to like, follow, and subscribe to my channel. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. It means a lot for your support, and I hope you like my content. Thanks again. Bye! Looks incredible. It's gonna be full of flavor. I'm super excited to give this a first bite.